Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018, Pro Cyclist Mode Episode 62. We're into Part 4 of the Tour de France. It's Stage 16 out of 21. It's 230 kilometers. It is one massive climb. And then that's it. There's a big downhill section, so I don't expect this to be a solo victory for anyone. But maybe it could. I mean, that long downhill won't necessarily bring everyone back together. You look at everyone here. Roman Bardet is the one really good downhill specialist here. Nairo Quintana's a 76 downhill? No, he's not. No, he's not. You're joking, right? Well, you can see there's plenty of good climbers. Plenty of good climbers here. But I'm 6.5 minutes down overall. This has been an absolute disaster of a race here of late. Fitness peak ended. Fitness level was low. Freshness became quite low. And even when my race day condition didn't look awful, I struggled. I've struggled up these climbs here recently, and riders just rode away from me. And only once have I tried at all to go with them. And while I stuck with them at first, they attacked a second time, and I had nothing when they attacked the second time. So it's been a struggle. 7th overall, could be worse. The red part in the fitness peak is gone. We've entered a new week, so I have had a little bit of recovery.
The others are going to have to make an early breakaway and build up a good lead if they want to win. However, it has to be said that their chances of doing so are slim, if not non-existent.
+3 on the race day condition. That is a beautiful opportunity for me to get something done today. On the positive side, I wish the stage was a little bit more suited towards, shorter, multiple climbs, mountaintop finish. Having virtually the whole team at the base of this climb is going to not isolate riders quite as much as other stages could. But I do have a +1 to my mountains. I've got a +5 to my stamina, which very much a factor today with the length of the stage. And resistance as well with a +4. Downhill +3, all of those things will factor into a successful go today. We're going to speed things up for a little while here instead of cutting straight towards the climb, and maybe I will. Looks like we've got 12 riders away unless things change in the next little bit. The back group is over a minute ahead, but we don't seem to be allowing them to pull further ahead. And because of the pace, yeah, there you go. There's the next group of attacks. 5 more riders getting away. And getting away quickly. That seems to be it now. 17 riders off the front. 17 riders off the front. So we've got Barguil, Youngles, Roland, Bookman, Egg, Martin,
the gap is widening. It's now over 2 minutes.
Center Army,
its foot off the gas. The team leaders can't be too worried about
Damiano Caruso. Fair few names of quality, and if they're allowed to get too far away, this climb might not be enough to bring them back. It's pretty steep. It's pretty severe, especially once it ramps up. It goes quite steep. So actually, that's going to destroy the field a lot sooner than I thought it would. I thought we'd be getting halfway up the field, halfway up the climb anyway, with most of the field still there. But that does not look to be the case for this one. So points jersey, Michael Matthews has picked up a little bit of momentum and closed that gap. It's technically still contested by 3 riders. Ewan, Matthews, Gaviria holding the jersey right now. It's not a huge lead that they have. It's not Peter Sagan type lead. Bargy is in the break. That could be of use. We've got just 3 minutes, so we're not letting them get very far away. 3 minutes is nothing on that climb. It depends on whether we catch the group as a whole and if he's got anything left at the time that we catch him, or if he's wasted on energy. So I might be able to get some help partway up that climb. The rest of the team, I don't expect to last very long once we do hit the climb. Again, we're holding the break at 3.5 minutes, and that's good. That is definitely good. I expect teams to fall away very quickly, and I might try to do something on this stage. I haven't tried for a while. Set it up like a sprint train, like Sky would, and sprint train the mountain one by one. Burn through your riders with the rest protected. That could be the way to go today. We'll give it a shot here. I'm gonna form up here at the initial base, not the actual base of the climb, and the initial base is right about through this town. So go ahead and pause for a little bit, and let's find out who we have. The Plus, Tarme's stronger but a little bit weaker today. Port, same thing, he's not doing well, but he is the strongest climber. Owoon's going first. Striani's looking good, 76 on the day, as is the Plus. So we'll follow Port, and then we'll follow... Shoot, hold on. Let's try this again. Nothing. And we'll put them all, I don't know, 84? Yeah, we'll try 84. Port, Striani, the Plus, Tarme, who should be the second strongest, but -4 today, and Owoon. We're going to give these guys a little bit of time to form up, and then Owoon's going to start going forward. Take it to the inside where there's a little space here. 2.5 minutes, so the breakaway group is being reeled in pretty quickly here. Owoon, this is a good chance for him as things are flat to get some work in. Quick Step trying to lead at the front right now. As we're still pretty flat, you can actually slow it down a little bit, pushing 82. %1.5% right now. It's going to pick up here a little bit. Let's speed up for right now. So we actually get to that point where it's going to matter. And that should be around this corner. Let's go 83. I don't want these guys in front of us. Really? Everybody's hurting a little bit from this?
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
Starting to reel in riders from the break. It's not going to last much longer here. And the real climb around this corner. So let's go ×1. Wellens, Fulsang already pushing it. Hey, what just happened? Really? I lost control of Port and it just broke the whole sequence. Why would I lose control of Port? Is he going to get water? No. So why would I lose control of Port? Jeez. Sometimes this game, let me tell you. Figure my team's not going to be around much longer anyway, so I might as well try to make use of them while I can. Alright. A wound, job done. Good day, sir. Striani is kind of struggling with this pace a little bit. We're definitely into the climb. So 19, it's Mont Ventoux. And 19 kilometers, 8.1%, 1,900 meters.
This climb is feared by many riders. The percentages are very high. The pack is putting the squeeze on the breakaway. Look, the pack has taken its foot off the gas. The team leaders can't
Move
be
ahead of
too
Striani here, get behind DePlus. Striani's already running out of energy. Okay. Change of strategy here, change of strategy. One guy left. There we go. I like to stay to this left edge where I can see what's going on, but it keeps trying to push me over to the right edge. Trying to stay kind of in the middle of the road here.
Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front.
Peloton's still at 120 riders, but I expect to see a massive split soon. The wound's gone out the back. I feel like I could climb this faster than anybody else, and I'm tempted to make a move. So let's see what happens when we accelerate. And wow, that's a very different pace than what you're getting from the rest of the field, and that instantly starts splitting the field.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
62 riders. See if I can't ride some of these guys off my wheel.
The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
40 riders. Quickly catching the break. Loose is done. Try 79. There's Barguil. 38 riders. Six riders.
A rider just launched an attack.
3 riders. Froome and Carapaz. Roland. I'm by myself. I am by myself here, and I could. It's back together again. They're close. Now they're not. They're losing contact again. Just a nice steady tempo. 48 seconds ahead. I'm gonna grab back onto these guys here, and or not. Can I get back up here, guys? Come on. Bookman and Youngles trying to attack. I don't care about the points at the top. I've got a minute 15 gap. This is really good. But I still have 4K to go to the top. If I can catch up to these two, I could maybe recover here. Two and a half minutes over the field right now. And I'll recover on the descent. So far, Mont Ventoux is very much going in my favor. Leads down to a minute and a half, though. I don't have that strength to really do much more, but I'm getting down there to 143, 142,
Watch out! A team leader is falling behind.
140. I'm going to start recovering now. Come on, where is it? Where's that recovery? 1.5K to go to the top. They're starting to accelerate. 14 riders now. I'll take those points at the top. Come on, come on, come on. Can I get the points over the top? Can I? Yeah. There it is.
As they go over the top, the riders
Mountain standings, I jumped to 5th place, 31 points. There's something. I've got a group of 13. Quintana is here, Soler is here. Sam Uman is here, Aru is here. There's Izigira, Gegenhardt, Wout Poels, Youngles, Bookman, O'Connor. It's 14 now. Bardet. Gotta be careful with Bardet. Should be at the front pulling this, and Sivakov and Pinot. That's who's here. I knew this wasn't going to be a huge split kind of day anyway. I was out to 2 minutes, but I just didn't have enough strength to keep going. I thought when I first caught those guys that I would be able to go into recovery. Didn't. It was too steep still. So let's recover here on the descent.
There's a report over the radio of a rider coming off his bike.
Strani's fallen.
But apparently,
It'd be nice if some of this group would fall.
a group of riders has come
We're up
along,
to
but
19
they all
now.
look ready to set off again. A rider has fallen, and he's not getting back up. It looks like he'll have to abandon the race.
Henrik Moss has caught up. Woon has fallen. More guys falling.
So it's noses downhill, which will allow the riders to catch their breath. A rider is down. There's a collective fall with several riders on the ground. We can only hope that they all get back up.
Final profile. A little bit of a steep climb here. It's almost another chance to try to put some pressure on. Not 99 kind of pressure, but everybody should be fully recovered though, so I don't know if this is going to be effective in the slightest. Not sure if it's worth it.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last go.
Counter-attack by Romain Bardet.
Alright, well, at least I wasn't attacked and I'm just fine here. Oh, now we're up to 21 riders.
15 kilometers.
I knew this descent was too long to just stay away. Especially the way descending works on this game. It's really hard to maintain groups, maintain speed, especially alone. Seems a little bit easier in real life. Now we're up to 22 riders. We've got another 4 riders on the verge of catching us. Just 11K to go. Let me speed up for a little bit because there's not much happening. 10K. 26 riders now. Nobody wants to attack. We're all kind of fighting for who's going to get 5 kilometers to go.
A rider
4.
is down.
3K to go. More guys starting to slide forward. Sprint. Sprint. Come on. Oh, I had a gap. The Katusha rider closed me off. Is that to move on? No. Franchini blocked me off. Rapaciro is going to take the stage. Pole's second. Uman third. And that ended up a much, much larger group. But I knew it was going to come back together a bit. 26 riders together in the end. .13th on the stage. Almost had something there. 2.5 minute gap at one point on the climb. Oh shoot, Awoon has withdrawn. Awoon has withdrawn, huh? Wow. That sucks. But at the same time, not a big deal. That is our sprinter. We weren't doing much sprint-wise anyway. He was squeezing inside the top 10 every stage, but there shouldn't be any emphasis on it any longer. And then hopefully I'll just have a group of teammates stage by stage as they hope that I can somehow get back into this. I don't think there's going to be any change in the standings at the top. However, Team Sky only had Gegenhardt and Poles around. So there's no Kwiatkowski, there's no Froome up here. It looks like there might have been a Sky Rider at the back. So maybe there was one more. Minute 22 gap. Oh yeah, Froome got on. So Froome was one of those last guys to get on at the end. So I never saw him otherwise. I suppose we're already down to it. So I'm still in 7th. Same time gaps, Gegenhardt leading, Soler second. Izagirre, Sivakov, Aru, Uman picked up some seconds there, so he's exactly 1 minute ahead now with the time bonus. Geraint Thomas, I think he lost time. How much time did he lose? He didn't lose that much, did he? Oh, there he is. Okay, he was in that group as well as Kwiatkowski. So at least some people lost time. Minute 22, Geraint Thomas dropping further back. Dropping out of the top 10. Froome's already a bit too far back. Demoulin's a bit too far back. Picked up all those mountain points at least, so there was something. Picked up like 20 points, I think, on that climb. That freshness, that's hurting. I'd like that to be much higher. You know, good, like 48% higher. I'd be satisfied with that. I'd be satisfied with 38% too. Even 28% higher. Alright, stage 17. We're definitely getting down to it now in this race. 221 kilometers. This is the stage where I could really use that +3 that I just had. Nice, big, steep final climb. Another climb just before it. Chance to recover before that last climb, but not a chance to really make up a whole lot of ground on the field. And this is already going to do some damage to the field, I think, before we get to that climb. Team down to 6 riders. That's definitely not helping. Richie Port, not feeling too good. That's not helping. We'll have to check in and see how the other teams are doing on that front here in this one. I think I might go ahead and just stay live again for this stage, as there's going to be enough going on. We'll kind of speed through the first half of the stage till we get there. While we're speeding through that, we'll go ahead and take a look at those profiles and see what teams are down to, you know, how small teams are getting, if there's anybody still full strength here. I mean, after 16 stages of the Tour de France, you would think most every team should be down a couple riders by this point. I've got to make some sort of time gap if I'm going to have any chance on the time trial on stage 20 to move up the standings. So I've got 3 stages left to make that happen. But again, without the form, and without the team looking very strong either, it's been a real challenge. I mean, you got 2 top movie star guys. You got 4 top Sky guys.
As soon as the road starts to rise, so as to help their climbers.
It's tough to compete with. But I'm definitely finding it tougher to compete with my own misfortune, failure of training, failure of luck. I mean, as you might have noticed in the last episode, that fitness peak, 2 to 3 weeks, random on where between that 2 to 3 week window closes. And it closed on literally the earliest day possible. And that really set things off. If I had added 1 more week, fitness peak, we wouldn't have lost all of that time on those stages, and we would have been 1 second down to Garrett Thomas, who's not in the lead anymore, which means there was a good chance that I would actually be leading this race instead of down 6.5 minutes, and then trying to hang on in the final days.
Counter-attack by Pierre Roland.
+4 to the race day condition, that's really handy. +7 on the stamina, +5 resistance, +4 downhill, +2 to the mountain climbing. I really like the look of that. I think the kind of form that I'm falling into right now is more of one of those, you're in the top 10 to the Tour de France, and while everybody else is fading, I'm staying true. Most of my team is going up the road, trying to get into the break. The unfortunate thing is when they do that, it doesn't actually help me in any way, because as they fall back into the group, there's nothing there. There's no support when they get back there. They've got nothing left. They're not saving anything like they should be. But 4 guys in the group, 1 here to help me. That's a bold strategy from the team boss. There are 21 riders in the front group. There are now 22 to complete the breakaway group that already has nearly 5 minutes up the road. So I've only got Striani for help, which is definitely not much. And what the heck is Striani doing? Thought he was trying to take off on me. Protect. You don't need to lead the peloton. Just protect. Alright, 6.5 minutes. Let's go ahead and check in and see just how steep the final climb is at the finish. Let's see, how are we looking? Team Katusha still full strength. So Franchini, Demulad, Sivakov. That is the second strongest group left, probably. Team Sky still full strength. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow, they are doing amazing in this one. Groupama, FDJ. You got Izagira, Rapaciro, Pino, Reichenbach. That's still a very strong group. Lotto and El Jumbo. This is amazing that there are this many teams that are still at full strength. Quickstep have only lost 1. Nobody has lost more than 2 so far. There's been very little rain. I think we've only had 1 or 2 stages with rain. I suppose that's a factor. 22 riders, 8 minutes away and counting, but it looks like we're starting to pull them back in already, 7.5 minutes. Somebody doesn't like the size of the group. Let's take a look to try to see who is in that group. Wait. Let me come back to that first off. Get some water, Striani. Okay, now we'll take a look. So, my guys, of course, Enrique Mas, Chavez, Fuglsang, Egg, Martin, Alaphilippe, Youngles, Micah, and then sup. I mean, we've got a full list beyond my list of teammates that have made it in that break of superpowers. So, How about we go with Marvel is still in the peloton. DC is in the break. They can still be caught even when we give them a 6.5 minute cushion. And if you don't like that analogy, it's because for some reason you still think Batman's cool. Have you seen what they did to Batman? Actually, you know, the funny thing was to try to give a little back to DC since I just dissed on him pretty bad. I didn't think Suicide Squad was that bad. I didn't say it was that good, but I didn't think it was that bad. I did enjoy Suicide Squad. But they've had a lot of duds. A lot of duds. And they've lost a lot of ground on Marvel, especially with what the Avengers has been able to pull off, and Endgame included in that conversation. But speaking of that conversation, let's move on because we've got a race to do. Those 22 riders are now 7 minutes ahead. And we just hit the halfway point in this race. I should probably get water again before we get too far up this climb. No, we'll do it at the top.
Fortunately, nobody went down with him.
Pace isn't crazy yet. In fact, they're pulling away further. Nobody's really attacking this climb, which I had half expected. I don't have the team to do that for me. The breakaway group's struggling like crazy up this climb. The pack, not so much. Leaders starting to attack for the points. It's only a category 2 here. Bob Youngle's going for it. Enrique Mas going for it. They are all split up now. Peloton shrieking.
We shouldn't see too many attacks. The group is slowly thinning out due to such a frantic pace.
Yeah, you need to go get water. But we have 1.5 kilometers to go till the top. The last 400 meters, you can go fetch water. Ready, set, go. And I just did that on a 70. Peloton's down to 48. 22 riders ahead are now scattered all over the far side of the mountain. And it's Triani on his way back with water. It's hard to chase down on the downhill, but there's plenty of recovery time, so there we go. Now you should be able to recover much faster. So Tarme, 4.5 minutes ahead. Oh, no, sorry, 5 minutes ahead. Port is 8.5 minutes ahead. Barguil and De Plus are still in the front group. Here are these groups of riders. Roland is only in group number 3, so he's been dropped. They're starting to come back together. See Port, Barguil, and De Plus now all in the front. And here we go. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up to finish this stage. 48 riders. Pace is now going up. We're going to start cutting those times down real fast here.
Oh my! I can see a rider on the tarmac.
Langeveld already in the back has fallen. That could be bad for him. He could be out of this race. He's that far down. Starting to pull back remnants of the breakaway group. But the next group is almost 4 minutes ahead. And overall, 5.5 minutes ahead still. But that's definitely clawing them back. Striati's in trouble. I'm going to be on my own here soon, and that's the problem with having that many teammates go up the road that early. Should have had 2 stay back with me and not all the rest attacking. Downhill section here, so I'm recovering quick. And we start to go up again. 84 is keeping me in the red, huh? Nah, 84 is fine. guys actually aren't doing any damage to me. I'll have another short descent here. There's Tarme. We're getting close to him.
There's a collective fall with several
Be nice if we
riders
catch him
underground.
here real
We
soon.
can only hope that they all get back up.
Another big fall way down the field. Wow, look at those guys. A17. Nicky Terpstra's all the way back there. Striani's only Group A2, so he's only 2 minutes down. So he's not going to have any fear over time gaps, but some others further down, especially those crashing right now, they very well could. 43 riders here chasing. 5 groups split out ahead. Tarme is less than 2 minutes ahead, but it would have been really nice if we would have had him before this Category 2 climb so that he could shield me through that one. I'll have to keep an eye on how he's doing because I may want to attack and then use him as a buffer and then attack again on this Category 2.
Oh my, that's a spectacular fall.
Alright, speed things up. Water. I need water. I can grab it myself. Come on. There you go. Didn't even have to put my hand up. I know I spend so much time at the front of the field that there was no point. Oh, Tarme. Tarme already? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just destroyed yourself for no reason. See, Future Edition. Pro Cycling Manager 2019. It's coming out soon. It is just over a month away from its release. I would love to see if you are the head of the team. If you are team leader, you should still have control of riders in the break in some sort of manner. Maybe you can't give full list of commands, but maybe you give certain commands. Like you have stay in the break, or go for the stage win, or compete for mountain points or jersey points, or conserve energy, or the last one, return to the group. And in that would include conserve energy, right? Because here comes Tarme, and he's finished. I'm going to use him up for this little bit to shield me, but my plan is completely ruined because he was in a group riding hard, competing, and that didn't do me any good. So I got shielded there for, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Not actual, just, kind of game time. He helped me for a couple kilometers, maybe. So we're down to a single breakaway group. It is almost half the size of what originally existed, and their lead is now 3 minutes and 20 seconds. 13 riders, Port, Barkey, Daplouse, all in there. Tarme quickly went out the back and lost a minute and a half already. Striani, 6 minutes behind now. The peloton, 9 overall. Still should make it within the time constraints, but we're on the Col d'Orman, 5.4K, 6.5%, 1,300 meters of climbing, and you can see our pace is starting to lift. 3 kilometers to the top of this climb. I could just about expend my energy, so there is a thought to attack before the top. Peloton shrinking quick, 31 riders. And as fast as this is going, I don't really want to attack here. I just want the group to shrink. Now it's down to 1K to the top. No, see, any attack I do now, I'm not going to open up enough of a gap. These guys are split up all over the road now. So, breakaway group has exploded. Oof, Julian Alaphilippe the last one out of those 13 riders. Port and Martin, the next ones, and then 8 riders from there. So that's majority out the back. There's only a couple riders who really did well over the top of that climb. I'm going to have nice recovery while most of my group won't quite have enough time to fully recover. I should recover much faster than they do.
The riders will take full advantage of the incline to get some oxygen into their lungs.
And that's going to be a real climb.
To keep their shape.
26 here in the group. 26 left in contention, and this should start thinning the field out even more. This big climb. This is going to be solo victory for someone. Could still be from the breakaway. 3 minutes 40 seconds to claw back on that final climb. 19 kilometers to go. The climb itself is probably going to be about 16 or 15 kilometers. As we're getting quite close to it. We're going to go through this village, a small valley here, and then we're going to go right back up, out the other side, and up the next climb. And it is the Big Daddy, Alpe d'Huez. Oh, it's Gaviria. It's Gaviria. Let him go. Gaviria is in this group of 26. How did he manage to pull that off? Team supporters, I would suppose, Quick Step protecting him throughout the stage. That gives him a little bit bigger of an edge. And here we go. Now, I should probably just ride my pace up Alpe d'Huez. I could pull away. I could ride away from these guys and leave them off the back end, and as long as I have enough, I could keep riding away. 13.7 kilometers here up Alpe d'Huez, 8.4% gradient, 1,862 meters of climbing. It levels off a little bit at the top. But this is a long, steady, hard climb. Rankini pulling at the front. Rug, there's De Plus. De Plus. Can you shield me for a second?
There are just 10 kilometers left, and they keep on.
Sivakov trying to attack.
Definitely won't be able to keep up.
Oh, here's my chance. This is my chance to ride away. Go, 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 go. On my own, on my own. Gaps opening. 19, 20, 23 seconds, 25 seconds. I want the field to blow up before they can catch me.
Things are hotting up at the front.
They've caught up. Relax.
A team leader is falling behind.
Egg, Youngles, Fulsung. There we go. Soler, Sivakov, Aru, Bookman, Bardet, Uman, O'Connor all attacking. There's Gegenhardt.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Ooh, I thought I made it onto the back. I didn't. I'm in. There is a small split here, but the other 8 riders are just right there. Come on, can we cover here?
Only 5 kilometers.
It's Alpe d'Huez, it's too steep. There we go, we're back together. 13 riders. 1 single rider left off the front. And now I've just got to climb at my pace, don't I?
Attacked by Bardet.
There they go again. Gaps are opening up. Gegenhardt, Izagira are here with me, but these guys are getting away. Quintana, Bookman. Need to use my gel. Something needs to happen here. Poles is here. He's not even pulling for Gegenhardt. I need to just kind of go whatever I could do and push all the way up the mountain. I ride as hard as I can. Use my pure climbing ability to just ride. Ride it out. Yeah, see, the gap's coming down. Gap's coming down. I won't be able to attack at the end, but I'm not recovering. 1.3k to go. Minute 56 to whoever's in the lead. It's Fuglsang, Bardet. There's Soler. Wow, he's gonna move into the race lead. Marc Soler is gonna wear the yellow jersey at the Tour de France. Nairo Quintana is 4th. Sivakov, how is he doing that? 5th. Uman. It's the same guys though. They are all in form. Ben O'Connor, Bookman, Aru. I'm gonna just miss 10th. It's gonna be Gegenhardt 10th. I'll be 11th. Minute 53 behind. Oh, it's Izaguirre, Gegenhardt, and then me, and then Poles. Even when I have form, I don't seem to have form. I don't know why others can attack, and it just doesn't use up their energy. I attack, and it instantly just wipes me out. Is it because I'm not a fighter? My fighter rating's low, my stamina rating's low. Has nothing to do with sprint. I mean, that's top speed. Has nothing to do with cobbles. A climb like this has nothing to do with flat. So maybe I need to go back. It's been 2 or 3 years since I've really looked and analyzed what each attribute does, how it contributes, and I know they've tweaked it over the years, so it's a little different than it used to be. It's like only a couple time eliminations today, surprisingly. So minute 53 down to my group of 4, 45 seconds to this group. Quintana 32 down. Soler was 12 seconds down, and he's going to gain, 4 seconds? So really it's 8. So about a minute 45 that Marc Soler is pulling on the rest of us. Fuglsang, I think, was well down the order. I dropped to 9th now. Ouch. Gosh, I thought it was pretty much going to hold my position. No, I'm going backwards even further. Soler now, the race leader. Gegenhardt in 2nd. Over a minute behind. Sivakov is 3rd. How does he continue to do that? I've been racing head-to-head with Sivakov for the last few years, and it's always been close, but I've beaten him every time prior to this race. Izaguirre, 251. Aru, 307, and then that's pretty much it. You're down to 5 riders left who have any chance of winning the Tour de France. 542 to Uman, Bardet, O'Connor, both in the 6s. I'm 750 down in 9th place now. I would love to get in a breakaway and go off and win a stage that way and claw back 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and actually have some sort of contention at the end of this thing. I think that's going to be what I'm going to try to do somewhere in the next 2 stages. If they let me go, that's another matter. I'm still in the top 10. In real life, somebody 8 minutes down, they'll let them go. They just won't let them go that far. Going backwards. No freshness. I mean, this is bad. In so many ways. I've literally only picked up 5 points in quite a few stages. I'm still just about 250 points shy of my next level. which I thought I would have hit by now. It's been a rough month and a half for me on this game. I had so much hope for this season, and things have not gone according to plan. This is stage 18. This, 3 climbs, 145 kilometers, this suits me much better. And this is the type of day where I can go off and take that time. I might try to get in the break initially, but that's going to be happening later because I'm out of time for this episode. I don't think I've scored any points whatsoever here. Yeah, no, I've been sitting on that total for quite a few episodes now, so this Tour de France has been sad affair. Just about there, though. 4 stages left to go to finish this puppy app. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Ooh, look at that freshness now down to 42%. Gosh. Give me a sympathy like, if you would. A sympathy like. Or just drop a comment about how awful I am or how I can improve. That might be more useful. But hey, that's it. Bye for now.